Attention gamers, previously on Rav's journey out of the depths of ELO hell, I found myself getting increasingly frustrated with being on teams that put their waitress outfits on and feed the enemy jungler an entire 5-course meal on a platter before the first cannon wave, and by the time I can attempt to make any impact to turn around this shit fest, the other team has some lamppost Larry rolling his forehead against his keyboard and 1v5ing my entire team with ease. So I decided to do what any logical player would do and play this big-headed midget, and with the help of Becky, Samantha and Janice, things were looking up for your boy Rav. I was masturbating enemies in every game as this walking pile of meninges, and soon enough, your boy was in his promos, and then I got matched up against this. My promos ruined by this innocently skipping, bubblegum blowing, bursting bitch of a champ. Played by someone who probably looks like this. So here's how this video's going to work. The only perspective I had of this skipping Rapunzel wreaking total havoc on my team was from the announcer informing me that my Yasuo has a micro penis, and I only had one real interaction with their virgin mid laner, which was a super close battle. So I figured, you can't control your teams in promos, but you sure as hell can hop into the replay system and laugh at their incompetence. So let's break down how this ZOE one trick took a sloppy shit all over my team. And before we sob through these highlights together, if you are one of the 76.2% of people viewing my videos that aren't subscribed to the gig we got going on here, consider slapping the shit out of the subscribe button, because we are just a bunch of naked ass Eskimos cuddling together to stay warm in this world, and we aren't slowing down anytime soon. Okay, I did God's work for all of you and looked up the runes this broken bitch took, in case you are like me and have a boner the size of a coat hanger after watching this pooge fest and want to give tiny Rapunzel a try. Electrocute so that on the count of 3 we can all say I'm a cheese champ, then slap a donkey dick of a combo for 90% of your health and cartwheel away with disrespect. Cheap shot, because this bitch is whipping melatonin beach balls at you every 10 seconds, so the extra damage to these lazy nappers is just dank memes. Eyeballs, cause that's what's trending on TikTok, and Ravenous Hunter because a small percentage of 3000 damage in 2 seconds is a lot of healing. Nimbus Cloak because you are a kleptomaniac for summoners, and Scorch because why the fuck not add some more damage to this chaos. Game starts out with my clueless Yasuo getting zoned out when the long-haired midget says ding level 2 and slaps a fat melatonin on the ponytailed wind shitter. He puts a useless fart wall up that she easily evades and hits him with a few cute autos and a dubstep ignite with a BM emote as the bitch cartwheels away. Cowboy feeding Flynn is back at lane surrounded by his own hot hair as he dashes to ZOE trying to make her smell it, but she's been Dutch ovened before and tasers the bitch and then wakes him up before he hits a REM cycle cause she's a slut and continues harassing him. Rather than doing the responsible thing and backing, then uninstalling the game as a courtesy to his future teammates, the sped shitter stays and dies to a simple Q auto combo. The skipping Girl Scout must actually look at her mini-map because she leaves lane to help out her spinning shithead of a top laner. Lee backs off when he sees her because tagalongs make him sick, but then he remembers how much he loves Thin Mints and dashes back into danger. Yasuo now approaches just in time to be about as valuable as someone showing up to vote the day after an election, and after a short sleep of shame, my dumbass mid has given the enemy team another kill. The ponytailed wind humper is back at lane with a new sense of confidence and shows ZOE what a dashy douchebag he is. He successfully Dutch ovens her, then declines her invitation to play some beach ball and chases for some shutdown gold. ZOE whips out one of her 45 summoner spells, and with the help of a polar bear ironically wearing a winter coat, she cuckolds the cowboy. A few minutes later and Lee and Yasuo are watching tutorials on how to simultaneously jerk each other off, but they are both so uncoordinated that it's just cringe to watch, so ZOE puts one to sleep and dishes out some big dick damage. Lee gets frustrated and runs off to check on his chicken coop while Yasuo decides to promptly slam that W key forward, trying to outplay someone who has now proven 3 times to be many tiers better than him at this game. Rapunzel's now playing Pokemon Go and the app tells her that there's a Charizard in the top lane, so she goes to take him out. She water slide blinks forward to slap a fat Nuji on the bitch so the spinning shitter can take my top laner down, and now they have a player named Hail Pepe that's fed as well. But guess what? Like all Yasuo players, my mid laner is playing like he's legendary instead of 0-4 with 30 CS at 10 minutes and is straight up diving the chilly polar bear with no vision. Easy scraps for this ungroomed head of hair as the toddler racks up yet another easy kill. ZOE is now determined to sell their Lee some goddamn tagalongs, but he still only wants thin mints, so he runs away. But nothing is stopping this bitch from earning that fucking badge for her vest as she flashes and tranquilizes the blind kickboxer. Incoming a long-ass missile from downtown San Francisco, and she just made Lee into a piece of popcorn. Unfortunately, the cowboy hasn't uninstalled the game yet and is once again way overextended as he gets baited into missing another tornado and then put into a shame sleep while ZOE winds up a fat nutter butter bar. She then finishes him off with ease, and at this point I was probably tabbed out watching TikTok videos on my other monitor because this one was over. She's now running maniacally, practicing her favorite Titanic pose, ready to slap some more asses as she bounces a fat beach ball at my jungler that was literally too blind to see it coming, then erases his health bar faster than my channel's ad revenue every time I say donkey dick. Now it's time for my first encounter with tiny Rapunzel. She's taking blue as I have just forced their big-titted ginger right-click bitch of an ADC out of lane. I am heading upriver to fight until I see the beach ball of death, so I hit a 180 like Dua Lipa, but it doesn't matter. Baby Barbie slaps a flash, then a blinky water slide to travel half the river with one Q that sends all my meninges back to mama. Then, apparently because there is no cooldown on her abilities, she slaps another fatty on Mr. Sideburns for 80% of his health before chasing him down and doing a little slip and slide auto "you're dead" to finish him off. She then disrespects my dead corpse by murdering Becky and Samantha like a total bitch. She runs upriver and snipes a long-range sleeping pill across the map to see if my blind kickboxer wants to take a nap. He gobbles that shit down and the bursty one-shot fuckfest continues. Then the toddler of terror continues her genocide as she chases Winnie the Windpoo for some more action. Flash into the Titanic pose and you know this big-headed bitch means business. She water slides into another dimension to Jukang the last avatar as he burns his fart wall for no reason. He somehow seems to be missing even his auto attacks at this point and goes down without an actual fight. She sees the blind farmer trying to hatch some chicken eggs and decides to piss on his parade. She misses a Q, but it doesn't matter because even the goddamn beach ball is doing 40% of his health at this point. Then one more bursty boy to make this Lee almost as much of a feeder as my dumbass mid this game. My 0-10 Yasuo is just building the case for a soft int report at this point as he plays some more dashy dick into danger as he seemingly just jams his micro penis against his keyboard to shoot off a random sequence of abilities into absolutely nothing until ZOE puts the suffering dog out of his misery with some heavy ambient and a bursty boy. My big ass brain tries to flee the scene, but you just see me struggling to keep my head up as I waddle away to my death. Rapunzel then goes chasing this Mr. Sideburns again into danger and ends up tranquilizing the feeding Heisman fan instead. Sucks to be this guy as he gets to sit through another 30 seconds timeout. We are just tied up and blindfolded with our pants down trying to defend our base at this point, and I try to go hyperbolemic to fend them off with no success. Everyone decides to hit their Archie at once until my mid laner becomes the first Yasuo to successfully do 0 damage with an ult this late into a game. Lee tries to go unnoticed with the most useless 2cm ward jump of the century that positions him perfectly to eat some Barbie dick and die. I retreat but get right-clicked so hard by their titted up ADC, and basically this is exactly how I was feeling at this point. So let's all congratulate that ZOE for defeating my neighbor's cat playing Yasuo for the first time, and wish the man behind that screen some good luck in his increasingly challenging quest to lose his virginity. Now that the anal ravaging of my big brain is over, who wants to see some Ezreal content in the next video? I got some juicy stuff brewing, so comment below which runes you think I am going to whip out next. And lastly, like in every video, here is a complete shout out to the best community on YouTube. To my surprise, this channel has been growing faster than any League channel out there in the last month, and it's a shout out to the naked ass Eskimos that are making the editing of these videos such a fun experience for me. I love hearing your feedback in the comments, and I read and try to respond to every single one, so let's keep this giant snowball rolling toward 5k subs. I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to brush your damn teeth tonight. There are viruses going around in this world right now, so the best use of this little platform I have built is to remind the peeps to stay hygienic. You are welcome, Jesus. Rav out.